Tell me,
you know.
but what's the effect? Are they gonna? I mean, don't you were trying to actually leave on your own time, right?
Yeah, they'll allow me to go. Maybe they'll have an escort with me,
Right,
but
right,
because of this show of force,
right,
it's like, well, we could have a riot, or we
Right.
could try to save face by playing nice and allowing him.
right.
you know.
Okay, so there are two things that happen. Excellent, I see. So you are probably heading to that square at this point.
Hopefully, yes.
And so at that point, looking at Hibu's and Kixkol's situation, um, you are they agree and then don't do it.
Yeah.
Well,
Probably
and
feels that.
and the only good thing, I mean, I didn't see much of a conflict in terms of being allowed to do a flyover, but as you do, as the group of you, start flying around the edge of Freetown, um, the oh, and the possibility of getting like a contact for Kixcall, I was folding into Renee's role, so no. So the key here though is that quite soon this delegation will be confronted by somebody flying straight up right in front of your faces very aggressively, and snapping their wings open like right in front of you. And and actually sort of breaking your momentum, and a couple of people have to do a loop to come back around. And this person is known to Kixikol. It is Olmac, looking somewhat more official and higher status than you recall having seen him before. And he introduces himself. He is Lieutenant Commander Olmac, and he has been tasked, and he names the proper department with revising and improving the security arrangements of Freetown, recently assigned. And you have a security threat here whom we have to detain. And Captain, you'll go about your business. You're off route, Captain. What are you doing? Right? What are you? You're off plan here. You were supposed to do this. The captain's kind of like pointing at Ibu, right? she made me do it, right? And so
she's just there flattering steadily.
Right, yeah. Wait, pointing at Kixikol, right? For suggesting this, it's that's Kixikol said we should, and Olmac kind of says coldly, "What a coincidence," and he looks at you, says your title, and come with me.
To Kixikol?
Mm-hmm. That's the security threat.
Yeah.
On what reasons?
If you have an objection, log it with your superior, who will take it up with the proper department in due time.
Hibu?
What's Olmac's title again?
Lieutenant Commander. And let's add a bunch of letters, numbers, dashes, and things, after that.
Gotcha.
He's the security chief, right?
He is.
Okay. Yeah. I'm taking those.
Yeah.
He was the part of the security delegation in the same conference, back in the day.
We have history.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, Lieutenant Commander Olmac, are you suggesting that our party gets smaller, you're going to detain someone who's very important to what we're trying to accomplish here today?
Maybe too important. There's been an attempt at communication from one of the significant disrupting influences here in Freetown. There has been communication to Kixkol's office. There has been there has been a dedicated attempt to to collude. We have already acquired testimony. In fact, the Hebrew, you will now be gifted with a little sort of standard communications device that he uses to show you credentials and data and things like that. And so the little images pop up, and one of them is that witness statements or statements from um, a party close to Kixikol has uh, can be interpreted as her willingness to revise or to threaten um, stability, the way things are. And so we have that statement, we have the evidence of this communication from Freetown, and at the very least we need to confirm that Kixikol is not colluding and is
Colluding is a strong word. You're gathering information. You cannot enter into alliances until you're acquainted with the designs of, your neighbors, as it were, our neighbors from below. This is, gathering information sounds colluding, doing interviews or getting information.
No, this is quite different. Hebrew, with with your full title, with respect, your new colleague is, if not colluding, is at least a target of some of the most dangerous influences that you are to be protected from here.
And again, we're throwing around a lot of words here. There's a situation that's arising here that could potentially be very dangerous because we're not willing to listen and get all the facts. That's why we're here today. That's why Kixikol is so important to be here, due to her success in a recent galactic endeavor. I think that her expertise is very much needed to bring the Apex people together.
What I remember was a hallucinogenic attack upon the entire conference by other aliens, which deranged and deluded plenty of people who should have known better. I was there.
Well, again,
did she point out that the suggestion that she promoted and elaborated upon, did she point out that this was influenced by the spores of a mercap and none other than the Scrang?
You were there.
I was.
I was not. I'm going by what I see in reports, and I do know what is happening now, which is that our influence in this arrangement with these other races is hinging on the success of our own people. And right now, we're in danger of falling apart internally.
I just says, and here you make perfect sense. Right. And so, yes, we agree. Therefore, I can say he completely misunderstands you. I agree. Thank you for your understanding. Kixikol, come with me.
I'll look at Kixikol.
Oh, you're getting the face from Kixikol. I don't think Hebu's seen that face before.
I'm just considering my options. I'm pretty good at science, so I am considering my options,
Okay.
but I'm going to take Hebu's lead. If she says I follow with you, I will.
Mm-hmm. What
At
does
least
Hebu
until
say?
I'm out of sight.
Right. Right. La la la. Didn't hear a word. Hebu, what do you do?
Well, I don't want to. I'm looking at Kixikol. I want her. Where does she think she needs to be? I guess is if she feels like she's being strong-armed by OMAC, then I'm going to stand with her and insist that she remain here. But if she wants to, if she has some other plan that I'm not privy to, then maybe she could handle it better if she does go. I don't know. So that's why I'm kind of looking at her like, you tell me, I'm ready. I'm ready to do whatever. a battle of wills, as it were.
I think this is about grievances may have after the conference. I cannot imagine anything or any way how did he put it? Be a security risk?
Well, at the very least, a risk to yourself, perhaps more.
Hmm.
So far, I'm doing fine.
Hibu, your thoughts?
Kibu looks
I mean, it is all by the book. He's not making this up. I mean, he's got all the
he
all
can
the
have
different
all the
ways.
things. And normally, a Hebrew is all about, like, following a protocol. But in this instance, we're on the verge of civil war within our own, our own society, and that's superseding any kind of, just any written word or document. So Hebrew will say, "I'm going to politely decline your invitation to have Kixcall accompany you at this moment. Afterwards, she'll be free to leave once we've had our discussions with Carnivex."
Well, you don't know
It's
about
party.
you don't know about
Oh, I
Carnivex.
don't know about Carnivex
Yeah,
yet?
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
we are on a very tight schedule, and you are now derailing all that because of, I think, something that now is almost becoming personal.
Mm-hmm.
And as a military man, I expect more.
Olmec is, tweaked by this. He has all of the documentation and justification on digital paper that he needs. So, but
Yeah.
but here's the thing. Right at this moment is when every buzzer or warning device on the whole 10-person escort plus Olmec goes off. Right? Like there's a communication. And to make it visually easy to describe, all of their signals kind of coalesce into little beams that all hit each other, and an image appears. And it is a picture of a flightless AVIX whom you don't recognize, who is impressive, and perhaps the picture was cherry picked from a series because he's got a slightly nutty look in his eye. And the message basically is, that there has been a violent, a threat of violence, and an unauthorized, break of custody, by this person of interest. And Olmec says, that's exactly it. That's what I'm talking about. You said civil war. You're right. This isn't civil war. This is just a mob revolt of people who have nothing better to do. People who have, just basically criminal minds who have troublemakers. And he points at Kixicol and says to Kixicol, what do you know about this? What has he communicated to you? Are you going to say that you know nothing?
I never have seen this man before. Will you tell me who he is and why he should have communicated with me?
The communications are documented. He attempted to communicate. He does. He's sent there has been an attempt from Freetown to open channels of communication specifically to you in your office, as announced by Jerry 2 sessions ago.
That
Well, yes, we
So,
intercepted them, of course.
why didn't I ever get this message?
Well, because we have to check out the security situation. And besides, I mean, this is not proper. You're not supposed to get messages from these people.
I am a chronicler. I am gathering information. There is no first-hand and second-hand information. There is no forbidden information for me. You know that.
In this case, we now basically have, because of this, riotous situation that has just been reported, rocking reorientation centers on their pylons and threats of bomb threats and everything. Given all this and all those signals are going off, then like all the security people are like going, what? The number of people who've marched to the square is documented, and there's a mobilization going. OMAC says, all right, everybody, and he's not talking to you, he's talking like through the communication to the whole network. He says, this is according to code such and such, I am in command. And he starts like mobilizing the security forces. And he says, there's no more negotiation, Hibu. There's no more negotiation. She comes with me toward for reorientation right now. So
he set this up.
Oh,
He set this up. If this is a mess, it's not because somebody did reach me.
I am agreeing. And OMAC, to me, you're in trouble for treason for withholding this information. This riot is your fault. These people are lashing out and causing this disturbance because they're living in, and obviously, unrealistic living conditions. And they have a voice that needs to be heard. You've silenced that voice, and now you expect them not to be upset.
Let's have a roll. Because we're talking, because he's actually ordering the forcible detainment of Kixikol right now with these 10 guys.
All right. Well, we're going to have a problem. Says,
and this would be about the same time as this would be about the same time as the first wave of security comes down to confront the marchers. Well, I'm not sure just how savage they're going to be. In fact, I suggest the opposite, that there's going to be, a little contingent of fly down police dudes, but they're going to talk with the people who are escorting you, right? That you mentioned. But their point is, look, the upper ups are having a shit fit. We all know we don't need this, right? Let's call it a day, right? Karnavix, we're headed to the square. We'll be with you. No, I mean, you'll keep your people cool. I mean, these assholes from way up there. These up there assholes. That's a great term. Avik, say that. Not there like like possessive, but up there. Those people, right? They are. They'll come down and they'll go back. All right. Talk nice. Everything's fine. We'll get it, and so this is one of these captains, similar to the other captain in rank, who is talking to you and saying, look, none of these guys, none of my people are going to cause any trouble, but we need to be here among you. So it's actually kind of more like, hey, look, we're all together down here. You workers, cops, wings, no wings, right? Whatever. Let's get these assholes back up their tower. Go up the tower and go away.